Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
A long weekend of holiday travels and traffic across Texas that's set to spill over into this week, and safety is top of mind. If you were driving down Hebner Road on the northwest side today, you may have seen one mom calling for justice for the murder of her son.
Yeah, the night team's Avery Everett was there as they held a tribute this afternoon, 7 years after he was shot in what San Antonio police call a road rage incident.
On one of the busiest travel days of the year, it's not just TxDOT calling for safe driving.
So we just pray that you bring them forth, Father God.
One San Antonio mom is searching for answers after her son was murdered 7 years ago in a road rage incident.
I miss us being able to do things together, and we never will. We never will.
Aaron Rocha was shot and killed on November 26, 2016, along Hebner Road near Northwest Military Drive. San Antonio police still have not yet found the person responsible for his death.
I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep exposing what the shooter did.
Rocha's mom, Lori, still stands at the corner he was shot, holding a sign, calling for help, and hoping it catches the eye of drivers nearby.
Because when this happened, I lost everything true and just in my world.
And ahead of a busy holiday season for traveling, she's not alone in advocating for safe and patient driving.
Watch out. You have to know.
With the winter ahead, Randy Singletary says it's up to drivers to practice safety, taking emotions out of the ride and focusing on getting to the end destination.
If we all slowed down and took that time, we would probably experience less accidents. And therefore less congestion.
With the end of the Thanksgiving weekend quickly approaching, TxDOT predicted Sunday as one of the busiest days of travel for San Antonio. But the department warned congestion could merge over into next week.
You have to take your safety into your hands. You have to make the choices.
I would have been here if it was raining or rain, sleet, or snow. I'm here.
A devastating story.
He loved me, and I love him.
That Lori Rocha hopes will catch the attention of drivers all across San Antonio.
Imagine that being your child. You would want someone to come forward.
As she's still searching for answers. 7 years later. TxDOT says most of the Thanksgiving travel should be wrapped up by Sunday night, but the family of Rocha are still actively seeking answers. If you have any information that could help the investigation, you're encouraged to reach out to SAPD's Crime Stoppers. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
An argument over money leads to a man being shot near downtown. Now San Antonio police are trying to find that suspect. It happened around 1:30 this afternoon near El Paso Street and South San Marcos. According to officers, two men got into a fight over money when one of them on a bicycle shot the other. Police say the victim's injuries were not life-threatening. The suspected shooter has not been found.
San Antonio police also looking for the person suspected of stabbing someone in the chest and cutting another person during an argument. It happened last night around 7 on Harding Boulevard, not far from Pleasanton Road on the south side. SAPD says two men got into an argument and one stabbed the other. A third person tried to break that fight up and the suspect cut him in the arm. The man stabbed is now recovering in the hospital. Police say the suspect ran away and has not been found.
Now to a wild ride. Tonight, a man in custody after he allegedly stole an ambulance and led sheriff's deputies on a chase. It happened around 5:15 this morning. Officers went to Metropolitan Methodist on McCullough Avenue after getting a call that an EMS unit had been stolen. SAPD tracking that stolen vehicle, which Bexar County deputies said that they found and chased an I-10 west past Bernie soon after. Kirk County deputies taking over that chase, and they caught the guy at mile marker 517. The suspect now charged with evading in a vehicle. Deputies say more charges could also be coming.
If I saw it, I would not have moved here.
That woman is more than one of 1,000 people who have signed a petition asking VIA to reconsider building a park and ride in Alamo Ranch.
Yeah, VIA called Alamo Ranch a growing part of the county, which is why they wanted a facility there. But after watching our Know My Neighborhood project, neighbors there say it inspired them to start that petition.
Many feel like the planned facility is unnecessary, unsafe, and unwelcome. The night team's Daniela Ibarra explains VIA now says plans for that facility may get scrapped.
This lush green canopy is part of what gives Alamo Ranch its charm.
It definitely gives that small town, close-knit community feel.
It's why Jamie Campbell and her family moved to Alamo Ranch a year ago. Ryan Haskins has been here for nearly a decade.
We're right outside the city. It's a nice, great place to raise a family.
And they want to keep it that way. Neighbors like Kristen Hess worry the owner of this plot of land could change that.
I do not think that this is the kind of neighborhood where we need to have a bus station, depot, park and ride, whatever it is that they choose to call it.
Last year, VIA bought this 16-acre plot of land. The board approved to use it as a future site for a park and ride facility. They planned to start off as using it as a park and pool lot. VIA says since the start of the year, it's met with neighbors in the area to make sure they know about the plan. But Trish Marshall says she had no clue until about 2 weeks ago.
I saw the story that you all did.
As part of our Know My Neighborhood project, neighbors asked us to find out what was going on with the project. Marshall doesn't think the facility is needed.
I think there's better ways to use a dense tree canopy than turning into a park and ride.
She started a petition and named it Save Alamo Ranch, pushing VIA to stop its plans. VIA says it's aware of the petition. In its first 5 days, more than 1,000 people signed it.
Yes, it was surprising.
A month ago, they told us that Alamo Ranch needed a park and ride because it's so fast growing. They said that the design plans would be finalized sometime next year. Now, they're saying those plans are on indefinite hold. They say that there's no plans to develop anything on this property. VIA also says it could sell the land. Marshall says she hopes this canopy can continue to canvass the neighborhood.
I would encourage them to look at their urban planning and maybe turn into a state park or some sort of nature trail or conservation thing.
Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
Several neighbors in Alamo Ranch say they want to speak with VIA leaders directly. They're planning to sign up to speak at a meeting on this Tuesday.
Looked like it was a little windy out there for Daniela in Alamo Ranch today. We had a cold front move through earlier this morning. It did kick up that gusty north wind, which is already subsiding late tonight. We did manage to find a little bit of sunshine earlier this afternoon, but with that cooler air funneling in, upper 50s and low 60s. That was it across the majority of the region. Now, as we look ahead to our Monday, you are going to want to bundle up first thing tomorrow morning. It's going to be a cold start, upper 30s. Low 40s out there on the thermometer, but feeling like the 30s in many locations. I think we'll hold on to a bit of cloud cover throughout the majority of the day. High temperatures cooler than average yet again in the upper 50s. And really looking ahead to Tuesday, more of the same, maybe slightly more sunshine. Low 60s expected for those daytime highs. The moisture is going to start to pump back in by midweek, allowing gloomy skies to work back into the area. That moisture, though, combined with our next low pressure system approaching, could make for a scattered rain and storm chance by Thursday. So we're going to talk all about it and get you the latest look at our futurecasts coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Mia. We'll see you then. 58 hostages that have been held in Gaza have been released over the past 3 days, including the first American. Hamas says it is now seeking to extend the ceasefire, which Israel has said it is willing to do if more hostages are released. But the country has also said it intends to pursue its goal of the elimination of Hamas. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
On Sunday, 17 more hostages were released by Hamas, 13 Israelis and 4 foreign nationals. Al-Qassam Brigade's Hamas's military wing released video showing the hostages being handed over to the Red Cross. The first American among those freed on Sunday, dual Israeli-American Abigail Edon, who turned 4 on Friday. Both of her parents were killed by Hamas during that October 7th attack. Abigail's aunt releasing this message.
I want to thank everybody for all your love and support. It's amazing, and thank you so much. I just want to say she has a family and we're taking care of her.
Hours later, Palestinian families in Jerusalem rejoicing as Israel released another 39 Palestinian prisoners as part of the ceasefire agreement. Hamas in a statement saying it is seeking to extend the temporary truce by considering increasing the number of released detainees.
What Israel has said is that it is prepared to pause another day of fighting for every 10 hostages that Hamas releases. If the pause stops, the responsibility for that rests on the shoulders of Hamas, not on the shoulders of Israel.
President Biden says his goal is to extend the pause in fighting beyond the agreed upon 4 days, so more hostages can be released and more aid can enter Gaza.
The proof that this is working and worth pursuing further is in every smile and every grateful tear we see on the faces of those families who are finally getting back together again.
Biden speaking with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Sunday. The two leaders agreed to continue working to secure the release of all of the hostages, but Netanyahu telling President Biden when the ceasefire ends, Israel intends to return with all its strength to realize its goal of eliminating Hamas. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
And the hostage releases and the funnel of resources into Gaza providing a little hope to a lot of people. A local group gathered today saying it's a sign that the innocent people in this situation are becoming a priority.
This afternoon at Travis Park, a group gathered to acknowledge the release of some of the hostages in Gaza.
I'm absolutely happy that some of the hostages are going back to their home and family. But we all know that, they're not going to be the same with everything that they've been through.
Idan Mazuz helped organize the event, which was centered around an empty Thanksgiving table to represent the hostages who will not be with family this holiday. 10 Americans still remain in Hamas custody.
To make people relate to this scenario, to this situation.
The situation, which involves so many innocent people, like families suffering in Gaza, who are finally getting access to more truckloads of resources.
The people of Gaza should get an aid. The problem is, are they really getting the aid? We do understand that people of Gaza need to live their life in peace as well.
Mazuz said he and his community will continue to gather until all the hostages are released and all innocent people involved remain a priority.
Still to come on the Night Beat, a girl who almost lost her life to pancreatitis realized there were no resources for her, so her family created them. The prestigious once-in-a-lifetime award she and her mom just won. Plus, a new mysterious illness is spreading in dogs all over the country. The latest on the disease and how you can make sure your canine is safe, especially if you plan on traveling with them.
Plus, how the city of Austin is planning to keep track of problems involving self-driving cars. That and more in your state headlines.
San Antonio, you were there for me, and now we want to do the same for you. When I shared news with you about my miscarriage, I was flooded with your messages of love and support. In fact, some of you even shared your own experiences with pregnancy loss and infertility. I know it's tough, but the one thing I learned from this is that you're not alone. We're not alone. So many people go through this, and that's why on November 30th, we're going to have a town hall here at KSAT that specifically focuses on infertility and pregnancy loss. We're going to have a fertility expert, a doctor, and we're also going to have a therapist. They're going to be here to answer your questions. So here's what you do. You click on this article, scroll all the way down, type in your questions, and then hit submit. We're here for you. And remember, don't suffer in silence.
The city of Austin has created a dashboard to track incidents involving self-driving cars after several accidents caused concerns. The dashboard will be updated weekly and incidents will be divided into categories like blocking traffic and near misses. The Austin Transportation and Public Works Department says they've received 53 complaints since July relating to self-driving cars and their safety concerns. The department is hoping these dashboards will reduce that number of incidents.
A new study by Smart Asset shows Killeen is drawing in more millennials than Austin. Among the cities listed in the report, Killeen was the 8th most moved to city in the nation last year. Almost 17,000 millennials moved to Killeen in 2022, making up 10.8% of the city's population. For newcomers, while Austin drew in more residents, millennials made up only 10.7% of its new population, which allowed them to come in the one spot below Killeen. Looking at percentages of newcomers for San Antonio, the generation made up 7.08% last year. Now you know.
You also know the San Antonio Zoo's holiday experience is getting national attention. The zoo has been nominated for a USA Today Reader's Choice Award. It's nominated in the Travel Award category for Best Zoo Lights. Zoo officials say it's the first nomination for our zoo in that category. The last day of voting is this Wednesday, November 29th. If you'd like to vote, there's a link on our article on KSAT.com.
Speaking of lights, also on our website, San Antonio has gone all out for the holidays like they always do. And now we're making it a little easier for you to see all of that hard work so you can see those lights. Right now on KSAT.com, a full list of places you can go to see holiday festivities. That includes places like Windcrest and the South Pole. I'm not quite sure what that means. It must be something that I don't know about.
You've lived here long enough. But
I've never heard of that.
I feel like if you did put up your decorations early, I hope they're still standing.
Right, yes, exactly. That was the biggest thing we were talking about yesterday for all of the overachievers that got out and got it done. Hopefully they were secured, because after our cold front moved through earlier this morning, it was windy out there to wrap up the weekend's plans. Take a look at peak wind gusts across South Central Texas from today. Most of us in that 30 to even 35 mile per hour range, 32 miles per hour. That was the peak wind gusts here in San Antonio, 29 over at Gonzales, 33 miles per hour, the peak wind gust in Kerrville, 30 just off to the west in Rock Springs. You can see now, though, those winds have dramatically died down, and that will still be the case overnight and into our Monday. But yes, that followed the front that we had moved through earlier today. You can see where it is right now. It's pretty much pushed through the Lone Star State. That area of low pressure that dragged that boundary through the region earlier is now moving closer to the New England states, sparking up some widespread rain, even some snow where temperatures are cold enough. A little bit more scattered rain approaching the eastern seaboard. But for us here in South Central Texas, it is quiet. We still do have the cloud cover in place, but you can see winds are out of the north. Although they have calmed down, they are still allowing some of that cooler and drier air to funnel in. 43 degrees right now in Austin. Check out portions of the Texas Panhandle already below freezing. 28 in Amarillo, 31 in Lubbock. Meanwhile, for us here in the Alamo City, we're currently sitting at about 48. And temperatures are going to fall through the overnight hours because those winds are calming, and we still do have some of that drier air moving in. So yes, you're going to want to bundle up as you're headed out for the Monday morning drive, with temperatures in the upper 30s, low 40s for most of us, but feeling like the 30s in many locations. We should stay above a freeze, especially up into the hill country, but we'll monitor it for you. 35 in Comfort, that forecast low temperature by 7 a.m. tomorrow. 39 in New Braunfels, 41 in Seguin, Pleasanton, as well as Poteet. I am anticipating the cloud cover to stick with us throughout the majority of our Monday, but a few peaks of sun here and there. 44 degrees by 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're stepping out for any lunchtime plans, still going to be a bit cool out there. 54 at noon, and then high temperatures topping off just in the upper 50s for us here in town. 57 in Bulverde, 57 in Divine, 59 in Castroville, as well as Hondo. So that is cooler than average by about 10 degrees. Looking ahead to Tuesday, generally more of the same, a cold start, low 40s, but I do think we'll see a little bit more sun, helping high temperatures reach for the low 60s. Into Wednesday, though, we start to see those winds flip back in from the south, and what that's going to do is allow for a little bit more moisture to start to work back into the region, which means gloomy skies will return. We're expecting more overcast skies in place by midweek, but that moisture does look to help spark about a 40% potential for some scattered rain and storms as we get closer to the Thursday time frame. So here's what that looks like on your futurecast. Not a whole lot going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere tomorrow and into Tuesday, which is why it's going to be pretty quiet out there. But as we start to see that moisture move back in, and then by Thursday, an area of low pressure approaches from the west, the upper level support associated with that system does look to spark up that scattered rain and storm chance on Thursday, maybe a stray shower possible on Friday. But after that, it's just isolated into the weekend. So we'll continue to fine tune the details on that and monitor it for you over the next several days. That's something to check back in on. But until then, definitely feeling like the winter season over the next couple of mornings. High temperatures still cool, upper 50s, low 60s. We'll start to warm things back back up closer to seasonable by late this week and into next weekend.
Courtney did some crack research. The South Pole is in fact a light place that you can go experience Christmas lights here in San Antonio.
There you go.
1604 East.
You got to go read that article to learn more. We're not going to share the details, Courtney. You got to read the article.
Okay, sorry. I'll stop with the details. Go visit the website. But the fact that it's in the 30s tomorrow morning means you can go see some lights.
Yes, it'll feel just like Christmas out there. Larry will join us with the preview of Instant Replay right after this. Young Spurs were eliminated from the NBA in-season tournament, losing all 4 of their group games, and Coach Pop called out Spurs fans for booing the LA Clippers, including Kawhi Leonard. It was a crazy week. For a preview of what's on Instant Replay, let's check in with Larry Ramirez.
It sure was, and social media went nuts after Pop took the microphone and said that. So Wednesday night, Pop interrupted the Spurs-Clippers game while Kawhi was at the free throw line. Coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
Excuse me for a second.
Pop's on the mic.
Stop all the booing and let these guys play. It's got no class. It's not who we are. Knock off the booing.
When asked why he did that, Pop later said he felt sorry for Kawhi and that you don't want to poke the bear. Some agreed, while others did not, and that's our web poll question tonight. Do you agree with Pop's message to fans to stop booing former Spur Kawhi Leonard in the middle of the game?
Can he tie the game? 34 seconds left. From 58 yards away. It's on low. Does it have the distance?
Man, it's truly a game of inches. The Houston Texans came that close from tying the Jaguars with a 58-yard field goal to likely force overtime. Instead, they lost and missed out on a chance to take over first in the AFC South.
2nd and 10. There it is. This is history.
It sure is. The Dallas Cowboys had a great Thanksgiving. They hammered the Commanders 45-10. Deron Bland set an NFL record, and Dolly Parton gave a fantastic halftime performance. Plus, we've got the best of BGC Week 14, your 4th-round playoff matchups. Holy Cross will play for State, and the Spurs had a tough time against the Joker in Denver tonight. Coming up just in a little while, Tim, on Instant Replay.
Lots to talk about, Larry. We'll see you then. Thank you. Coming up in our next half hour, officials up in the Midwest are investigating the cause of an oil refinery explosion. Hear from a family who lived next door to that refinery. Next.